VEENA V and welcome to Pen to Print. Today we've got one of the authors who's currently going through the pen to print process. She was a finalist and now she's in the mentoring stage at the moment, and it's so exciting because you're currently writing your book at the moment. Please welcome to the Pen to Print studios in the Barking Library Centre. It is Janaea. Woo! How are you?
I'm fine.
So firstly, tell us, why did you enter pen to print in the first place?
Okay, basically, one of my friends knew I was into writing books and I was going to try and establish myself as a writer. So she forwarded me this link, and it went from there. I just pressed on the link, saw the details, and decided why not just have a go.
That's amazing, because I think some people would see the link and then they'd be like, oh, I don't want to enter.
No, but because it was something that I was seriously interested in, I was just like, oh, let's just try anything. It was just, you know, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, then I'll try something else. But I think I really needed it. At that moment, I really needed a kind of boost, because I was trying, I had so many ideas, I didn't know what to do with them.
And I think that's even a great moral in the story already, is just enter this competition, because did you ever think when you entered that you would actually be here, you're going through the mentoring process at the moment? And
no, a few days before, I was still thinking like twice about it, thinking, oh, do I want to do this or not? And then a few days before, I thought, let's just give it a go.
What stage of the competition are you currently at? Because you're one of the top 10 finalists, and what are you doing right now?
I'm currently writing a first draft of the novel.
And how are you actually finding that process? Because I'm guessing you're having to sit and write every single day, considering you're actually writing a whole book.
Yeah, it's really, really hard because I've got 4 kids, and I use that time when they're at school to kind of, like, the 6 hours that I have, that window of 6 hours to do the writing, and if I don't get it done, then it's very hard to do it later on. So I'm trying to be really, really disciplined.
I think that's fantastic what you're doing, because you've got 4 children. I struggle with having 1. So to have 4 children and write a book, I think you're doing fantastically well. And how has your mentor helped you so far? I know it's still the early stages.
My mentor's been really fantastic. He's just been sending me lots of encouraging comments, lots of encouraging tips. He's always giving me a boost, because last week I had this particular moment where I was thinking, where is my story going? Because it was just like, I don't actually follow a plan, or I do a rough plan and it doesn't really go according to plan. So sometimes you keep doubting yourself. And that's the thing that's stopped me in the past from actually completing anything. It's just like the self-doubt. So he, having read like a couple of chapters that I submitted, said something really positive, and it just gave me a boost. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'll just, go ahead and like finish my first draft, and then we'll see how we can work this out and complete it.
What is it actually like to be, like, have never written a book before, and now you're kind of, I think this is what the good thing about pen to print is that you submit 1 chapter, you get shortlisted. So if you're one of the top 10, you get this mentoring support. But it's kind of like now you're like, it's like a push. Yeah. And pen to print have pushed you into it. Yeah. What is the reality of actually sitting down and now you have to, like, there's no running away. You have to write the book.
So now I'm having to treat writing as a job. So it's like I've had to really discipline myself. So those window of 6 hours I treat as my working time. And from about like 9:15 or 9:30 when I start to about 3 o'clock, that's where I just get down to the writing. Whether something comes to me or not, I'm jotting down ideas and for chapters or working on the actual story. Whereas before I wouldn't have done that. I just like made it an excuse to go and watch daytime TV or do something
go on
else.
Facebook. Do something different. Your kids must be very proud of you, because they're all in school now as well, aren't they? At least when they're at school, you've got this time now to really, I don't know, do you just feel like you're more yourself in a way? Like you can do something for yourself?
It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I've always been told, like, you've got kind of this talent for writing or expressing yourself, and like certain poems I used to write in the past, it was just like, oh, that's very moving. You know, people used to be moved by it, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do, but my I didn't have that confidence to actually go and enter something and see where it takes me, and this just seemed like the perfect opportunity.
And it was, because you're here now. What would you finally say to someone watching this video who is thinking about entering the competition, but maybe they're hesitating a bit? What would you say to them?
Just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You know,
exactly, nothing.
Nothing. Your life would just still be the same. But then, you know, if something good comes out of it, your life will change. Maybe like a little, maybe a lot, but it will change, and for that moment you feel a lot better. So you know,
I love that. Oh, she's so cute. And another thing with pen to print is, like Janaea just said, like it might change a lot. We've had previous winners. Fazana, make sure you watch her video. The card will click up now to watch Fazana's interview. She won pen to print last year, and she was saying that it's literally completely changed her life, because she was a stay-at-home mum, and now she gets to go out, she gets to meet loads of people, different authors. So even if you don't become a published author with this competition, you'll still meet like-minded people, which I think is amazing as well.
Yeah, and if you're serious about writing, you know, I think you should always keep going, because somewhere, somehow, someone might be interested in what you're writing. So, you know,
do it. Just do it. That's the moral of this video. If you do want to enter, and it shouldn't be an if, when you do enter, all you got to do, if you want more information, is just go to lbbd.gov.uk/pen to print, submit a first chapter of your book. And it's not just if you want to become a published author. We've got free playwriting classes, there's free workshops, there's just so much to get involved with. So check out that website for more information. And it's very exciting, because next year Janaea will have her finished book. So hopefully we can do a catch-up interview with you then and just see how you got on.
Okay.
That'd be amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we wish you lots and lots of luck. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and check out our previous author interviews. We'll see you next week. Bye. And we can hopefully we'll have your book in our hands.
Okay.
Janaea's like, oh no. I'm not going to put that in, because make sure you watch her Neighbours Mad.